Namaste, everybody. It's Robin here. So thank you so much for joining me today on Oracle Rising. This is my channel where I'm really doing my best to bring a collective of healing, loving, light-working, empathic people so that we can connect all the way around the world to help awaken the planet, expand consciousness in ourselves and others, and get ourselves out of the 3D matrix. So I was guided a couple of weeks ago to do an energy clearing and healing transmission from the Pleiadian High Council, but I just didn't know how to go about it. So every morning, you guys, you've probably seen Lacey or heard me talk about her on this or my other channel. I was sitting out with her this morning and I became aware of how to do this for you because I'm a tarot card reader and it does help me channel certain energies. I was guided to use the power of love. This is an oracle deck, and I brought in the crystal vision deck here for you. So I was actually guided to pull 3 power of love oracle cards and then just see where we go from there. I can feel like the energy in my body like changing right now. You guys, I am a channel. I can tap into other people's energies. That's how I do tarot card readings. I'm an empath. I just felt this really like omnipresent sort of energy. And finally, the temperature peaked off because I was getting way too hot there. That is the presence of the Pleiadian High Council. The Pleiadians are one of many star races that are surrounding Earth right now and have sent their star seeds down here to help with the collective ascension process. And the Pleiadian mission is to help transition humans and the planet and all living beings, plants, animals, what have you, into 5D. Okay, so the message that I got while I was getting ready for this is that we cannot ascend. Oh, man, it's very powerful for me right now. We cannot ascend with thoughts of violence and acts of violence and hate crimes. It's like the power of love must be extended to ourselves and our fellow man and all living things, plants, animals, whatever that has a pulse, you know, whatever that has a heartbeat, that lives. I'm actually really getting this strange phrase, you guys. And I'm not sure if it applies to me, but I keep on hearing it. And it says that you have been anointed. And I don't say that because of any sort of sense of egotism or arrogance that I have. That doesn't happen within me. But I really get the sense that this is for all of us. As a collective, and as I'm shuffling the deck, like my pulse is increasing, like my hands are starting to shake, the energy is just off the charts. Pleiadian High Council, some research that I did on the Pleiadian High Council said that there were 7 and that there was 9, and that all that did was remind me of Star Trek and 7 of 9. Okay, so yeah, so energy clearing, energy healing, transmission to raise the vibration of all living beings. Let's go, you guys. Crazy energy. So this says satisfaction. Okay, so you let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. And I'm really getting this sense that phrase that I was getting is that you are anointed. It does belong to the collective. You know, we're all here on our own missions. We are that powerful. We are that strong. We are that beautiful. And as you live your path as an empath, light worker, light warrior, starseed, blended star seeds, you know, and shining the light. It can be very, very challenging to not let society tell you who you are. We spend a vast portion of our lives trying to remember who we really are and being so comfortable in the position that we are in life. You are the energy of love. You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval. Okay, so this is like, you really have to start honoring yourself before you can even begin to help others. You know, it can be very challenging to go and assist in a global ascension or your own personal ascension and guide others while you still have fractures. Okay, so there is a call to heal yourself at whatever level that you need to do so that you can take your place in the healing community. But at the same time, it's like joining that community can help heal you. So I'm getting here, you know, start really associating with people that understand your path. And if there's no one available right now, understand yourself first. I'm just going to pull one crystal vision card over top of that. Many of you, what I'm getting here too, is if you've woken up to your mission later in life because you were not ready to perform that at any earlier age or date. Okay, you could be thinking to yourself, well, why am I finding this out right now? Like, why couldn't I have found that out when I was younger? You weren't ready. You weren't stable enough on any level. Probably were dealing with a lot of like 3D matrix issues. Okay, so let me pull that card here. That energy, it's like kind of coming in waves over me, so it's kind of nuts. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so the King of Pentacles, you guys, it really it reflects the energy that you can do anything with your life that you ever want to do, and to seek happiness and joy in whatever it is that you're doing right now in your life. Okay, so that is the first message that I got from the Pleiadian High Council. And it's really to focus on yourself. And this is getting annoying. Yourself and your own joy. Okay, so very, very important. Okay, so I'm going to pull another Power of Love card here for your healing transmission, your energy clearing transmission. I'm still shaking. It's like not the same as when I channel or connect to the energy of humans or even my guides. This feels a lot stronger. There's the card. Kindness. You are humanitarian, made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. I know very few people that are grateful 100% of the time. I can think of a couple people in my circle, and I really like to learn from that and ask questions like, how can you feel that way? You are humanitarian, made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. So this embodies being grateful and sending people love wherever it is on their journey. As you begin to awaken as a starseed lightworker, any of those things, you guys, any of those things that you are waking up to on your path, it's not our position to judge other people. We all know about soul contracts, and you have never seen the world through somebody else's eyes. You don't know what their experience is. You don't know what took them to where they are. So our job is to express gratitude for where we are and send love to people where they are. Okay, and that doesn't mean that you have to erase boundaries with people. It doesn't mean that you have to let them closer to you. You don't have to be best friends with somebody that you know, they're not on your level. And I say that with love because they're just not on the level of awareness or spiritual ascension that you are. But there's a card there. But you can send them love because you weren't always where you are right now, you know. You have evolved. You are self-aware. You probably are coming into some psychic abilities and awakening to your path. And you never know if that person is ever going to get there. And what if they struggle like that their whole lives? They don't need anybody's condescension or negativity. They need our love, okay? Because we know that if you don't complete a very successful journey of awakening and completing your soul contract mission, you have to come back here. No. So the Two of Swords, this is something you guys could be really struggling with. Sending kindness to people that maybe you were taught they don't deserve our kindness. And you can think of people rich and poor in all circumstances. Like I see people commenting, you know, when there's an influx of refugees, you know, when their countries are being torn apart. And some of the people that I call friends and some of the things that they say on social media, I'm like, wow, you know, because we don't know what it would be like to be in that position. So some of you could still be struggling to separate that. With the Two of Swords, you know, do I want to go back to where maybe parents were not so kind to other people? Sorry. I think I'm okay. Just examples were very rigid, not accepting of other people's socioeconomic standing, their belief systems, you know, race, culture, everything. But this is a planet of free will. And this is a reminder. We're not here to judge other people. So you could be in this position of separation. Like, okay, I really need to let that go. I'm not sure how to. Just be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for other people and the experience that they bring to you. Send them love, regardless if they just cut you off in traffic or maybe they just offend you on some sort of level. It's not our business to be offended by other people, okay? So that's all I'm getting on that one, you guys. So there could be still that, I say that's all there is, and then I keep talking. We don't want people judging us on our path and like calling us crazy because we have this powerful belief in ourselves as, you know, guardians of the ascension or expanding our consciousness, and maybe our beliefs are a little bit all over the place. So, you know, just really remember that. How would I like to be treated? Do I want that person judging me? So why would I judge somebody else? You know, so it's time to really relax any sort of belief systems and start sending out love. And sometimes you won't be in the mood to do that, okay? So remind yourself. You might even want to put something on your phone or a note in your pocket. You know, remember gratitude, remember humanitarianism, remember kindness, so that you can go, okay, until it starts to become second nature. I'm just going to take a sip of water here, you guys. Hold on. Honestly, I forget that sometimes too. I mean, it can be very difficult. So I have a friend that I text and I asked him, I say, can you remind me, please, you know, or can I have some of your strength in dealing with this particular person or a situation? So anyway, I did say that that's all I was getting, but then they kept on talking. So that rise is coming back up in like that energy is coming back up, you guys. You can let me know if you feel it down below in the comments. Also, I'd really like to know which starseed you are. I'm an Arcturian starseed, but I have the impression that I'm a blended like Syrian. Okay, so anyway, Compassion, you demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. So compassion is the difference between walking by something and actually doing something. You know, if you don't want to get involved directly, you can call an authority. You know, sometimes life is really scary, and sometimes it can be very lonely. Okay, so there's a couple of really vulnerable groups that come to mind here right now. I've heard this said by homeless and the elderly, and they said one of the toughest things about being in that situation is that people's eyes gloss over them now. So they're not being shown compassion, they're being eradicated. You know, imagine feeling invisible in the world, you know, and you're there, but you may as well be a ghost, because people, not everybody, okay, people pretend that they're not there, and people can pretend that horrifying things are not there and just go on about their business. And this can be the result of, you know, the media that we ingest. And you look at things like video games and how violent they are. So we're teaching children and adults at a young age that it's okay to behave like that. So we must lead by example as bringers of the dawn, okay? By ushering in the ascension to the fifth dimension. And compassion leads the way. Kindness leads the way. Here's that card again. Compassion and kindness. I'll just give you a little example from something that happened to me recently. I saw a bird. I was walking Lacey and I saw a bird, and I think it had been hit by a car, but it managed to struggle over to the boulevard. I didn't want to stop and get it while I had Lacey, because I mean, she's a pretty fair-sized dog, and I didn't want to scare the bird any more than it already was. And its companion was there watching it, and it was summer, so there was tons of people outside and nobody was doing anything. You know, they're like, that mindset is, oh, it's just a bird, or it's just gonna die, you know, or whatever. So I came home, I got a box and a blanket, and I phoned like an animal rescue shelter, and I went over to go pick up that bird, you know, and it had already passed away. So, I mean, to me, that's in my nature to go in and help, but that was an act of compassion. And I felt that was so lacking in that environment. And imagine that happening to you. You know, you got hit by a car, and this happens to people too, because other people are afraid to step in, and you're laying on the road like gasping your last breath, and nobody notices and nobody does anything. So it's like we're this society that is stuck in this mindset is that, oh, well, somebody will help. But if you're in that position, if you're in that time and place, then you're that somebody, you know, you're that somebody. And you might not have this, like my son asked me when he was still quite young, my oldest son, he said, like, what is it in you that prompts you to go and just jump in? Because if something is going down, I'm going in, okay? And I can't help myself. I just don't even think twice about it. So you might have to really encourage yourself to show that compassion. It could be an emergency situation, or it could just be a person of extreme vulnerability, helping people, you know, holding open doors, like smiling at people. Like if you can help in any type of way, you know, you might not be able to afford to help everybody that you see, but you can afford a smile. You can afford a kindness. You can afford compassion. It's free. you know, and these are all these little daily things, you know, that feeling really comfortable with ourselves and not letting other people tell us how to live our lives. Knowing that we're here special on a mission. Kindness, just random acts of kindness. I love stuff like that. Sharing your compassion. Good morning. How are you? You know, can I help you? Like, can I get you a coffee? Or for elderly people, I mean, imagine having lived your life and all of a sudden you don't matter anymore, you know, and people don't even look at you. And in our culture, there's a tendency to just sort of shuttle people off to a home and visit them on a very infrequent basis, you know. So, compassion, you guys, it's so huge, you know, trying to see the world from other people's eyes and just sending that love in. And a smile is every language, okay? I'm just getting really choked up, okay? Kindness is every language, you know? I'm just going to pull one more card. I'm just getting really overwhelmed. Because I think those last words that I just spoke were the whole point of doing this video. How can we communicate to people that don't speak our language or understand our culture, or they're a different species? It's that kindness and compassion. It knows no bounds. Like it's a common trait within us all. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to pull one more card and then I'm going to go probably cry somewhere. Also, vulnerability is the word that I got here. So, and here comes Lacey, because she sees me crying and she's like, is my mom okay? See, this is the only deck that I've ever seen that has the unknown card, okay? So this is kind of trying to see into the future. See, I got all choked up and now I can't talk anymore and I'm going to wreck my mascara, but let me do something here, guys. Hold on, sorry. Anyway, I think I'm just going to continue to cry because I'm Irish and I'm a crier, but the unknown card, the future is ahead of us. It's not written in stone, you know. We're on a certain path, we're on a certain trajectory, but we're in the middle right now of rewriting the future. You know, it's not destined that we have to live in poverty or fear or, you know, global warming, everything horrible that is being sold to us. What if we, you, me, all of us sitting here together, what if we're the chosen one? What if we're the anointed ones, finding each other and holding up that crystal ball and all of us focusing on our power to change the future, to change us now. Just to like love and be kind and show compassion. The future is ours, you guys. It's ours, and we must rise up and bring a future worth living. Kindness, compassion. I gotta go, you guys. That was like intense. So I thank you so much for being here. Just love and many blessings, you guys. I love you all so much. Okay, like, gotta go. Bye.